Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I will present about verticulture farming system. Before starting the presentation, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kamilia Fatin. I am majoring in Agribusiness Management at the IPB Vocational School. First, I will present about agricultural land problem in urban area. The first problem is rapid urban growth has resulted in a smaller amount of agricultural land. Then the second, the increasing population causes the level of consumption to increase so that food security can be threatened. The third problem is urban distances that are far from sources of food production. And then the last problem is the need for a clean and healthy life. The next, I will explain about what is the definition of verticulture. Verticulture is an Indonesian term taken from the term verticulture in English. This term comes from two words named vertical and culture. The meaning of verticulture is a system agricultural cultivation that is carried out vertically or stratified. This system is very suitable to be applied especially for farmers or entrepreneurs who have narrow land. Verticulture can also be applied to multi-story buildings, public housing, or even in densely populated settlements that have no yard at all. With this verticulture method, we can make the most of the land as possible. The next there are function and benefit of verticulture in urban area. 1. Creating the beauty, harmony, and beauty of the city environment, which is filled with various urban facility and infrastructure and densely populated settlement. 2. Conservation of land resource, namely by managing and using them wisely so that their availability can continue. 3. Conservation of water resource, because saving water use means that water availability will be guaranteed in the future. 4. Influencing and improving this urban microclimate, so that urban conditions become cooler and more comfortable. 5. The process of recycling urban waste, which is as compost or manure. 6. As an effort to fulfill urban foodstuff and maintain its sustainability. The advantages of verticultural cultivation technique. 1. The plant population per unit area is more because the plants are arranged upward with a density level that can be adjusted as needed. 2. Sterilized planting media minimize the risk of pest and disease attacks, thereby reducing costs for pest and disease control. 3. Loss of fertilizer by pouring rainwater can be reduced because the number of planting media that has been determined is only around the rest of the plant in manure container. 4. Various materials around the house such as used sacks, bamboo sticks, and used glass of mineral water can be used as a container for verticulture cultivation. 5. The place where the verticulture building is built display aesthetic value, or it can be set as an ornamental plant. And 6. The verticulture building can be moved to any place desired, especially for verticulture with movable construction. The disadvantages of using a verticultural farming system. The number 1 is the investment or initial costs required are quite high because they have to make a special building structure and prepare the planting media. And number 2, because of the tight spacing, a condition of high humidity is created. This causes plants to be susceptible to disease caused by fungi. The next, I will explain about types of plants that can be cultivated by verticulture. The types of plants that can be cultivated by verticulture techniques are basically unlimited. However, generally types of vegetable will be easier to handle and harvest faster. Plants to be planted should be tailored to the needs and have high economic value, have short life, and have short roots. Vegetable plants that are often cultivated verticulture include lettuce, cauliflower, spinach, bok choy, chisim, katuk, basil, tomatoes, and other leafy vegetables. For commercial purposes, the development of verticulture needs to consider its economic aspect so that production costs do not exceed the income from the sale of plants. As for hobbies, verticulture can be used as a medium for creativity and obtaining a healthy and quality harvest. Types of verticulture ornamental plants. Number 1 is begonia. This beautiful flower with colorful petals is indeed known as a plant that is easy to maintain, able to adapt to the new environment in the form of various media. This is suitable for beginner gardener. Number 2, petunia. A popular plant called petunia is indeed very easy to care for. Then it has large and colorful flowers, so it is not surprising that the petals will dominate compared to the petals themselves. Number 3, black-eyed Susan vine. This ornamental plant has a variety of beautiful flowers, and there is a black part right in the middle resembling an eye. Then combine it with a variety of petal colors ranging from white, yellow, and red, so that black is the main color, which makes it known as black-eyed. This flower has decent leaves and combined with loose flower. 4. Portulaca. The 9 o'clock flower or portulaca is indeed famous for its various types of flowers, even in one type. Apart from easy maintenance because of the seemingly slow growth, this plant can flower quickly and bloom regularly. Then the portulaca flower can be cultivated using stem cuttings. And number 5, city blaster. Dutch beetle plant or blaster beetle is one of the ornamental plants with a unique leaf shape resembling a heart shape. How to make verticulture planting media. Bamboo verticulture. Cut bamboo with a large enough diameter. There is no definite size to determine the length of bamboo that will be used. Just adjust at your height. Bamboo that is too long will make it difficult to treat later, while bamboo that is too short will eliminate efficiency in land use. And then put a mark on the bamboo where the planting hole is made. The size and shape of the planting hole will also vary depending on the type of plant you are planting: triangle, circle, oval shape, large, medium, or small size. As a guide, use ready to harvest plants and look at stem, diameter, and root size to determine the size of the planting. Number 3, after being marked, make holes in the bamboo to planting. Use chisels if your equipment is complete. You can also use a drill or electric saw for the method. Number 4, in each bamboo book there is a divider that divides the section. Remove the book head using a bar or iron pipe with a sharp tip. Should be noted that not all book heads are removed. Do not remove the insulation at the bottom of the bamboo. This partition will later be used to hold the media and then make a hole so that water can seep out. And then finally plant the bamboo in the ground so that it doesn't fall over easily. If you want your verticulture to be portable, a stand is sturdy and heavy enough. B. Pipe verticulture. First, choose a parallel pipe. Second, mark the pipes with a marker to determine the planting holes and spacing to use. Third, make the holes using a saw. A heated knife will also be quite helpful if you don't have the tools previously mentioned. 4. There is another technique for making planting holes. The trick is to make an incision in the pipe. 5. Burrow the pipe into the ground or use a cement or wooden stand strong enough to make the verticulture column. Because PVC pipe does not have an insulation like bamboo, you can use a dog whose size in accordance with the size of the pipe you are using. Attach the dog at the end of the pipe to be buried in the ground or foundation, and make a water seepage hole in the dog first using solder. Last, after the pipe is planted, you can immediately use it to plant crops. The next, I will present about how to plant with good verticulture technique. Number 1 is seedling and planting using verticulture technique. We recommend that when choosing superior seeds for verticulture technique, instead look for superior seeds from plant farmers who have proven quality and have yields with high production levels. Number 2, plant care process with verticulture technique. Verticultural plant care can be in the form of providing sufficient water for plants, the process of giving certain hormones to plants effectively and in the right dose, clearing the plant land from weeds that interfere with plant growth, spraying plant pests, and applying fertilizer or other plant nutrients. Number 3. Harvesting, post-harvest, and marketing processes for agricultural products using horticulture technique. The harvesting and post-harvest processes for certain plants using horticulture technique must be correct and in accordance with sufficient age and can be seen from some general characteristics that arise from each part of the plant organs. So, the conclusion is in accordance with the origin of the word from English, namely vertical and culture. Verticulture is a system of agricultural cultivation that is carried out vertically or stratified, both indoors and outdoors. This vertical or stratified agricultural cultivation system is a greening concept suitable for urban area and limited land. With the verticultural system, land use can be efficient and the results obtained are optimal in urban area with various advantages. And verticulture is a cultivation technique or system that is formed vertically. They arrange the plants vertically or from top to bottom. In addition, verticulture technique is a form of reforestation that is most suitable in areas where vegetation is scarce. Thus, it becomes a solution for urban areas that have hot weather and high air pollution. And last, cultivation of plants realized by the verticulture system is an alternative solution for a plant cultivation business, but does not have sufficient and adequate land, or it can be said that the land is very limited. This verticultural agricultural system has advantage, especially in the form of land efficiency, fertilizer, water, seeds, and labor. So, that's all my presentation. I hope you understand about the verticulture farming system. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.